So welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to do this video today. It has been in the works for about a month now. This idea is not new. I think this was running around the YouTube world maybe back in 2018. I know that Alana Davison was doing it. I think that's where I first saw it. So basically what it is testing products from the 2019 favorite list of YouTubers that I really enjoy watching. So like I said, I think I first saw Alana Davison do it back in 2018, and I don't think it was necessarily original to her channel. I'm not exactly sure, but basically it's just a way to, you know, shop my stash a little bit. Some of these products are products that I already had. The majority of them are new purchases though, from recommendations from, like I said, YouTubers that I really enjoy watching. So I hope that you enjoy watching this video as much as I have enjoyed combing through the favorite list from 2019 of people that I really love to watch. So basically this is a get ready with me video with these products that have been recommended by all these different YouTubers. I am not a pro at doing the get ready with me, so bear with me, and you're about to see me with no makeup on, so also bear with me on that. And I hope you enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. I've got a mirror over here, so I'm gonna attempt this get ready with me. I am totally scaring myself with these dark circles under my eyes, so let's get them covered up. The product I'm gonna be using here for my concealer is not a favorite of somebody else's. It's the Clé de Peau concealer, clearly not in the green beauty realm. I actually talked about this in my winter favorites of 2019. The reason why I'm not picking somebody else's favorite for a concealer is because I just love this one so much. I didn't want to purchase another concealer because I just know I'm always going to use this one. So I didn't want to waste money on getting a different concealer. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and use the one that I already have. And like I mentioned in my other video, what I do is I just go in straight from the tube here and I just put it directly under my eyes. And that's what I do. And sometimes I blend it out with my finger, like I'm gonna go ahead and do today. And that's how I start the process. And then what I usually do is then go in with a brush. And I have this concealer brush from Sephora and Hakuhodo. It was a collaboration, I think, that the two brands did together. And then I just kind of finish the blending process with the brush. And I also have a little mirror here that I'm also going to use. And what I do is I don't complete the blending process right away. I just kind of let it melt into my skin. But as you can see, it doesn't really take a lot of blending with this product. It just melts into the skin so well. What I'll do is I'll take a little bit up over my eyelids just to kind of help even out the skin tone on my eyelids, kind of get it ready for some eyeshadow. But that's pretty much it that I do on the concealing. Sometimes if I feel like I need a little bit of coverage above my lip, I'll take the extra product above my lip. And that's kind of all that I do on the concealing portion of my getting ready with my like base products. So that's about it on the concealer. So now let's just go ahead and jump into the products that I've chosen to focus on from YouTubers that I really enjoy watching. The first one is from Samantha Ravndal. She is in the conventional beauty world. I'm sure you guys have heard about her. She's super popular. She has like 1 million followers. And she chose the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Stick. That was on her 2019 favorites for foundation. And this packaging is super beautiful. The cap, I love how it has the magnetic closure, very satisfying. But more so than the packaging, she was just raving on and on about the finish of this. And I find her to be an expert on foundations. So that is why I decided to go ahead and get it, because I'd heard other people talking about it and raving about it. But once she put it on her favorites for 2019, that kind of sealed the deal for me to go ahead and want to try it myself. So let's put it on my skin, or I'm going to put it on my skin, and I chose shade number 3. And as I've said many times, I have light to medium olive tone skin. I'm NC30 in MAC, if that helps anybody out there. So again, I just put this straight onto my skin from the stick, and I have been doing just like 3 stripes on my cheeks. Maybe I only need 2, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put on 3. and then one on my chin, and just a little bit on my nose. I don't like to put too much foundation on my nose. And then I actually have been using the, what is this, the Real Techniques setting brush, and I love this brush. It's been perfect for foundation for me, and then I just go in and just like buff it in. And I do take a little bit more of the foundation under my eyes to kind of blend in that concealer, so I don't have that like line of demarcation of where my concealer starts and foundation, or where the concealer stops and the foundation starts. And just get up under the nose where I've got redness there, especially in the winter time, blowing my nose. And then I pull it down on my chin and neck. Nothing miraculous or new here. Make sure I get up into my hairline and just swirl it around till I feel like I've gotten it all blended in. And the reason why I really like this foundation is because I feel like it gives that perfect kind of satin finish that's not too dewy, and it's just that like true skin finish. And it's just really beautiful, really natural looking, and it's just so easy to apply. It's so easy to blend. It's just really easy. That's the best word I can think of for it. It's easy, it's natural, I love the finish, and it wears really well. I feel like I've heard other people say they didn't like how it wears, and that might be more of the conventional YouTubers, that they are used to maybe more silicones in their foundations and the wear time, and maybe wanting a little bit more full coverage. But for me, just kind of wanting that more medium coverage, maybe sheer to medium coverage, I feel like it has lasted really well during the day. And in fact, it really wore well. Like, I really put it to the test when I worked out in it. So I put it on in the morning, and then I went on the treadmill maybe around 5 o'clock at night. And then I looked at my skin later in that evening, and I felt like my skin looked really good. I felt like I still could tell that the foundation was doing its job. It wasn't like I was seeing the foundation, but I could tell that it was still on there. And I don't know, I've just been really impressed whenever I wear it. And then when I'm at work and I go to the bathroom and the lighting in there is just awful, you know, that fluorescent bathroom lighting, but I'll still feel like my skin looks good when I have this foundation on. So anyway, it's just been a huge rave for me. It's very expensive, but I don't feel like I have to use very much of it. As you can see, it just was like, I don't know, maybe 8 swipes total. So I feel like it's gonna last me for quite a long time. So anyway, huge rave for the Westman Atelier foundation. I don't know as if it's a must-have if you already have a foundation that you really like, but I was really, really curious about it. I really wanted to try it, so I gave it a shot. And and I will talk about down below the skincare that I use to prep my skin, but I do have it on over the Josie Maran moisturizer that has SPF 47, and it's been wearing really well over that and any skincare that I do have underneath it. So it's just been a huge hit for me. Even though I'm not using this on my face today, I do want to mention the Ilia True Skin Foundation, or True Skin Serum Foundation is what it's called, because Cheryl from the Free Range Diva mentioned this on her favorites of 2019 list, and this is a big favorite of mine. I really love this foundation. I think it's wonderful. It's very similar in terms of finish as the Westman Atelier. I think maybe this is a little bit more on the dewy side, but I really love this one as well. I think that I like the Westman Atelier just a little bit better because of the convenience. I love the fact that I can just put, you know, a stick foundation is so convenient because you don't have to touch the actual foundation. You don't have to touch the product. I love that I can just put it directly onto my skin, grab a brush, buff it on. Whereas with this one, I do need to get my hands involved, whether or not I'm pumping it out onto my hand and then I dip a brush into it, you know, from the palm of my hand and then put it on. I do need to end up washing my hands to remove it from my hands, or sometimes I just will put it onto my fingers and then rub it directly onto my face. So it's not like it's a huge deal, but I really do love the convenience of a stick foundation. But I did want to mention the Ilia because I really love it a lot, and I love Cheryl as well from the Free Range Diva, so I did want to mention that this was one of her picks as well from 2019. All right, so after I do my foundation, a lot of times I will just go ahead and jump into my eye makeup. So I wanted to mention, and this also was another favorite from Samantha Ravndal as well as Alana Davison. I love Alana. She's another one of those conventional YouTubers who has such a fantastic personality. She's super funny, and I think she's really creative with her content, so I really love watching her. Both she and Samantha recommended the Victoria Beckham Smoky Eye Brick, and I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of content regarding these palettes. They're very small, but very beautiful, very elegant. I really love this packaging. And the actual, oh, and which one did I get? Oh, I got the signature one. And I really love this because it just creates all different kinds of options for just a really neutral eye look. And I think what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to grab my trusty MAC 217 fluffy brush. So I'm just going to go into the lightest color to just kind of lay down that wash of just a really neutral base all over my eyeball, like the movable lid, and then up above. And I really feel like these colors are super easy to use. I don't have to be too careful with this one. And for my skin tone, it's just a beautiful, like I said, just a beautiful wash of color. And also, if I kind of do the window wiper effect, kind of starts to give me a little bit more shape and definition. And this, especially on the right side here, I kind of get a little bit of that droopy eyelid, which I feel like has gotten a lot better now that I've been using those gua sha tools for facial massage. And that has gotten better. And I also think that using retinoids has also helped with that as well. I don't put it directly on my eyelid, but I'm gonna get more into that when I do my, quote unquote anti-aging update. But I have seen improvements in that. But anyway, I do like to use some eyeshadow to kind of help counteract a little bit of that sort of droopy eyelid effect. So hopefully you can see my eye shape sort of improving a little bit there. And I think what I'm also going to do is take the other color on the opposite side. So I don't think she has these colors named, but not the pink one and not the one that you would use as an eyeliner, but this sort of the middle range color. And I'm going to go just kind of in the middle here to shape that a little bit as well. And I am not an eyeshadow expert at all, as you can see, but I do just want to get a little bit more shape in the crease here. And I think I went a little bit too crazy on the right, so I'm just going to kind of buff that out with my finger. So I think that's a little bit better. All right, so I actually have been really loving this eyeshadow brick. Like I said, I love the packaging. I think it's really beautiful and elegant. Some people have complained that it's a little bit on the small side, but I, for one, think that it's really great for travel. I love having it like on my bathroom shelf. I think it looks really pretty, and I do not go through eyeshadows quickly at all, so I'm very happy with the size. I'm really happy with the performance. They do last all day. I find that they blend really well. So I really agree with Samantha and Alana that these are huge raves from 2019. I highly recommend them. And I want to finish off the eye look with a recommendation from Marie from And the Color Green. Now, Marie did not do a favorites from 2019 on her channel. As you probably know, she was doing a 2020 edit on her Instagram stories. So she did end up talking a lot about favorites on her stories, but in a conversation that we had on Instagram, we talk a lot, like we text each other a lot and talk a lot on Instagram, but in those conversations, I kind of pinpointed her down and said, hey, if you had to pick some favorites for makeup, what would you choose? And she said, hands down, she would choose the eye soots from Ritual de Fille. So I did not hesitate to get these when she talked about them. Now, I have had these in the past, and my issue with them was they're a little bit challenging to get a brush or a finger into. And I just didn't, and I don't think I picked the right colors in the past. I can't remember the ones that I had, but I think they were just too dark. So I chose the ones that Marie fell in love with, and she recommended Anima, which is a warm blush, kind of mauvey pink color. And she also recommended Exuvier, which is like a taupey rose, which is inspired by the wings of insects and also the husks of cicadas in particular. So let's start with the Anima. And as you can see here, let's see if I can get this color in focus for you. You can see it is just that really pretty blushy pink color. So what I want to do, and this is kind of why I laid down the Victoria Beckham, just that real neutral color as sort of like that base color and also sort of like a primer. What I want to do is put this on top of just the mobile lid, and I'm going to use the RMS brush to do that. And this is, I forget what the name of this is, but I will put it, I'll list it down below. And I think they created this for their cream eyeshadows, and it fits perfectly into the pot. So this has made these eye sets much more easy to work with. So I'm dipping it in here, and I'll try to swatch it for you as well. So there you should kind of get a little idea of what the color looks like. Just that really nice swatch of champagne-y rose, so beautiful. I really love it. So I'm gonna apply this to the movable lid, and it just creates such a pretty wash of color. And I would say that Anima is really pretty subtle. And I actually am going to kind of take that into the crease a little bit. Oh, it's just really pretty. I don't know if you're going to be able to start seeing that right away. So you really do have to be pretty aggressive with your brush and getting a lot of pigment in there. And then I find that almost kind of like dabbing your lid with it helps to get a darker color. Because if you just kind of swipe it around, it doesn't, for some reason, you just don't get as much color payoff. So it's kind of better just kind of like dabbing the color onto your lid like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Exuvier with a different brush, and I'm gonna use this Morphe pencil brush. The number is 627, and I'm also gonna be pretty aggressive here with dipping that around into the pot. And what I like to do is then just go close to the lash line with the darker color. I'm not super fancy with my eye looks. This is pretty much what I do almost every day, is I go in with a light wash of color over my whole lid and then go in with a darker color just close in to my lash line. And this color is so pretty. Oh, I'll swatch it for you. I forgot to do that. So I'll swatch that after I'm done here so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, it's kind of like this bronzy, taupey rose color. It's so pretty. And then I'm actually gonna go on the lower lash line as well with this pencil brush to kind of like smoke it out. It's just so pretty. I just love it so much. And let me swatch it for you. All right, so here is Exuvier, and here is Anima. There's a little bit of Anima up here too. So here I think you can get a good idea of how it kind of shifts in the light and the color of both of them. Super, super pretty. I really like them both. And then I don't know if you can kind of see what they're looking like on my eyes. Not quite done with the eye look here. I have an eyeliner to show you and a mascara as well. So let's get to the eyeliner. So Lindsay Mugnette, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Mugnette. She used to be called Dirt Naturals, but she just changed her channel to her name, which is Lindsay Mugnette. She recommended the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner in bronze. I don't know if she recommended all of them or the bronze one in particular, but I decided to get the one in bronze, and I have really been happy with this. So you can see that it has two sides to it. It's got the actual eyeliner, and then it's got the little smudgy thing at the other end, which has been really handy. And let me show you what the color looks like. And yeah, so you can see that. And it actually goes on darker in real life. So I'm gonna use this mirror over here to line my waterline with it, which is typically how I use liners. And I really have been enjoying the longevity of this liner. And yeah, I've just been really happy with it. So I don't know as if I'm going to line the top here. I think that might be just a little bit too much for me here today. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this eyeliner. Super happy to have it. They also have one in burgundy, I think, which I'm really interested in getting as well. I think I want to go ahead and put on the mascara, and that is the Ilia Limitless Mascara, and that was recommended by Jamie Page. Jamie Page, again, is another one of those conventional YouTubers. She is from Canada, and all three of the conventional YouTubers that I have mentioned so far are from Canada. So Jamie Page, Alana Davison, and Samantha Ravindal are all from Canada. So love my Canadian trifecta there. And so Jamie Page absolutely raved and raved and raved about this Ilia Limitless Mascara for, I think, like throughout the whole entire year. So it was no shock that she put this on her 2019 favorites list. I actually had already had this, so this was not a new purchase of mine. I think I got it maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and I really have been enjoying it. So let's go ahead and put this on. And it has, you may have already seen this brush. It does have two different sides to it, and I really have not mastered the two different sides, to be honest. I just kind of go for it, and really have been enjoying it, actually. All right, and sometimes I curl my lashes and sometimes I don't. It just sort of depends on the mood that I'm in. To be honest, I just kind of forgot to bring it down here with me. The one that I use is the Surat curler. I've been using it for, I don't know, maybe upwards of 5 years, maybe longer. I really love that one, so I highly recommend that. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of cleanup under here. Okay, so I do like to do my brows, but I am gonna do that in a minute here. First, we're gonna move to bronzer and blush. I am really excited to revisit the Han bronzer. This is in Malibu. This is a favorite of Andy the Green Queen. Now, I purchased this, I think maybe this past summer, 2019 summer, maybe early in the summer, and it wasn't really working for me because I was pretty tan, and I kind of had a feeling that when winter rolled around, I would like it better. So when Andy put that on her list, I was like, yep, let's bust it out and see how it does. So I really do like it, and what I'm gonna do here today is I'm gonna use it with my, I forget the name of this brush, this is the NARS sort of bronzer blushy brush. I wouldn't repurchase this now because NARS, as you probably know, is not cruelty free. I bought this a long time ago, probably 10 years ago, but there's no reason for me to throw it away and not use it. It's a perfectly fine brush, so I do really like using this for bronzers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the pan, and then since I am going to be using a cream blush, or a liquid blush I should say, which I will reveal in a minute here, I want this to have a dewy finish. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to spritz this with some of the Laurel California Rose Hydrosol, because like I said, I want this to have a bit of a dewy finish. So I'm just gonna kind of like pat this on where I want the bronzer, obviously. I'm gonna put it over my nose, and the problem with this brush though is it sheds. And I'm gonna put it like on the hairline, under the jaw, the places where you always see people putting bronzer, probably where you put your bronzer, just to give myself a little bit of an added color. And I don't want it to get chalky at all. Not that this bronzer gets chalky, but I really have been enjoying doing spritzes of hydrosol or of toner on my powder products. I've been doing that for about the last 3 to 4 months, and it has been working really well. So anytime I use a powder blush, I have been doing that little spritzing technique, and it has just been amazing. I love it. It has sort of like given my powder products a new life. I've been doing it for years and years and years with my Jane Iredale Pure Press Base. And then just one day I was like, why do I not do that with my blushes? And so it's just been great. I love it. All right, so that is it for the bronzer. I really, really love this Malibu bronzer now. So thank you, Andy, the Green Queen, for recommending this so strongly. Yeah, I love it. It's been great for this winter. So This is my favorite bronzer right now for the winter time, and then I've got others, of course, for the summer. I did a favorite bronzer video over the summertime, so I will link to that. But yes, I do really like the Malibu bronzer now. I feel badly that I wasn't really, I didn't say that great of things about it in that last video, but I do love it now. So let's move on to blushes. This was a recommendation from Jamie Page and then also Michelle Wong. I love Michelle Wong. She's another conventional YouTuber. And she really focuses on luxury brands, luxury conventional beauty, but she also does talk here and there about green beauty brands. But this one that I'm going to talk about today is not in the green beauty world. I would say it's kind of like green beauty-ish, greenish. Look at the ingredient list for yourself to see if it's something that you would want to use or not. Well, let me just go ahead and reveal what the product is. It is the M Cosmetics Color Drops Serum Blush, and I am absolutely in love with this. I know that some people have talked about not really enjoying the delivery system because they are these little drops, but it has not been a problem for me. So what I do is I just put one drop. Actually, that is way too much. I usually don't put that much. I just didn't have that good of control while I was showing you guys. So what I'll do is I actually use probably about 1/4 of the amount that you just saw come out, but I'll dab my finger and just put about that much, maybe not even that much. I think I'm gonna actually divide that amount on my 2 cheeks and then just dab it in there. And sometimes I didn't bring it down with me, I forgot to, but I will take my RMS blush brush. And as you guys know, if you've seen me apply blush before, I prefer to keep it super high on my cheeks. So I smile and then I keep it really high up on my cheeks. I feel like if I get too low, it drags me down and it doesn't look so good on me. So I keep it really high. And I really love these serum drops. And actually, before I forget, I have Pink Nectar. Now, both Jamie and Michelle Wong, or I think actually Michelle Wong did recommend the Pink Nectar now that I think about it. She talked about rose milk and Pink Nectar, but I think Jamie Page just recommended rose milk. Now, rose milk is sold out, and I actually even emailed the company to find out when they were going to be back in stock, and they said they don't know. But I can tell you that as soon as rose milk comes back in stock, I am getting it because this blush is beautiful. I have worn it in my last couple videos and I've just really loved how it reflects the light. I feel like it just makes the skin, just gives it that perfect, I don't even want to say dewiness because it's not that glowy. It's just like this perfect, just like healthy, not even glass skin. It's just a healthy radiance. I know it's so cliche to say this, but that lit from within look, it's just really pretty. I really, really love it. It has become my favorite blush. I will definitely be getting like I said, the rose milk. And I think they also have another one. I don't know if it's called amethyst or something. It's more of a mauvey, almost purpley brown color that I am really intrigued by. So those are definitely on my wish list, and I don't know, I really love this blush. So when I saw Jamie and Michelle Wong, and I think a couple of other people were raving about it as well, but definitely when it was on Jamie's top 2019 list, I knew I just had to try it. So I'm so happy that I got it. And like I said, the ingredients are greenish. They're not terrible. I know that its base is squalene oil. And so I think that's probably why it gives such a lovely finish. And I feel like it has really great lasting power. So I really love it. Huge, huge rave. Since I've got this big blob here of this, let me just kind of shear it out a little bit so I can show you the swatch. So that is Pink Nectar there. Really, really pretty. I was a little concerned about how bright it might be, but it just shears out so nicely and I love it. So I'm actually gonna grab a washcloth really fast so I can wipe off the blush from my fingers. And then I did not pick a highlighter per se because I just have so many highlighters, and even though I did purchase some new products here, I really did not want to buy something that I'm so maxed out on highlighters. But I will say that I wanted to talk about a favorite from Maggie from Tender Forms, and also this was a favorite actually that Allie from Heart of Gold talked about in the Meet the Founder series that I have started. She's the first interview that I have done from that series, so I highly recommend you check it out because Allie is amazing. And so anyway, they both talked about the Oleo y Oso balm in persimmon, and so I've got that here, and this is just a really beautiful kind of burnished orangey color, kind of almost like a poppy orange. I don't know, just a beautiful, beautiful color. So anyway, I thought that this would be a really pretty color that would help complement the color drops from M Cosmetics. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna put this on the tops of my cheeks here, kind of for like a little bit of extra color and kind of a little bit of a glow, since this is a dewy balm. And I also want to put it on my lips as well. This is how Maggie talked about it in her video, in her top 2019 video, which actually just dropped today. I'm filming here on Thursday, and she just put this, I actually had a conversation with her before, so I knew that she was gonna be putting this in her top, her favorites video. So I'm gonna put this on my lips so you can get an idea of what it looks like on the lips. But I do think it's just a really beautiful kind of everyday product that you can wear on your lips, on your cheeks. You're not gonna overdo it. It's just such a beautiful color. I think it's great for fall. I think it's great for spring. Obviously in the winter time as well. It's just such a good all-around color. And I definitely see why Maggie and Allie love it so much. And I'm really happy to have it. Actually, it was gifted to me by Oleo y Oso, so thank you guys so much for giving that to me. I also want to mention that Reagan from Reagan Heart, she did not do a makeup favorites from 2019. She just focused on skincare, but she did put the Oleo y Oso number 9 balm, which I think the name of that is Spring. She included that in her favorite blushes from 2019. She did a very focused video on blushes. So I wanted to include that in this video because number 9 is very beautiful as well. This is definitely more pinky, kind of a cool pink. And I really love this color. I have used this quite a bit. This has been a favorite of mine. I love using this on my lips. In fact, I thought I would be using this more on my cheeks, but I ended up using this on my lips over the last year. I definitely see why Reagan put that on her favorite blushes because it is beautiful on the cheeks, but I end up reaching for it a lot for my lips. So speaking of lips, let's move along to the Kosas lip oil. So this ended up on so many lists of my favorite YouTubers. This was on Wendy of My Life. This was on Malika Green Beauty, and this was also on Danielle of Cruelty Free Vegan Beauty. So I had to give this a try. Now I can't remember if Danielle talked about the color that I ended up getting on her channel. I think she maybe focused on jellyfish maybe being her favorite, if I remember correctly. But I'm pretty sure that both Wendy of My Life Wendy and Malika of Malika Green Beauty, I think they both talked about dip being their favorite colors, but I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they talked about dip. And dip is this pretty kind of like browny, pinky nude color, and you can see the wand here. And I'm just gonna swatch that on my palm. Keep things kind of simple here because I've got so many swatches on my top of my hand. But you can see it's just like a really pretty browny, pinky nude. On my lips, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my lips so you can see what it looks like. But actually keep in mind, I have this over persimmon, but persimmon was pretty pale. It is just kind of like a your lips but better type of color. So it doesn't really give me that much color, I have to say. So it's nothing earth-shattering. It feels good on the lips. It feels very moisturizing. It does last for quite a while, but it didn't really rock my world. So I like it and I'm happy to have it, but I think that everything else that I got that were the recommendations from 2019, I really love and I'm just kind of like head over heels in love with. I would say this one is just okay. Like, I like it. I think my original gut instinct to not purchase it was probably the right one because I do have a lot of lip balms and lip gloss. Actually, I retract that. I don't have a lot of lip glosses because I'm not a lip gloss person, and that's kind of originally why I wasn't that intrigued by this. So I'm happy to have it. I'll use it. I'll probably just keep it in my handbag for those times where I don't have access to a mirror, but I want a little something on my lips. So, you know, it wasn't a total fail and I'm not bummed out that I got it. I don't feel like it was a waste of money, but this is something I would not get again in the future, I don't think. There are a couple of other things I want to mention, and they are from M Cosmetics actually. So when I went to the website to get the color drops, the color serum drops, they were actually having a gift with purchase type thing where if you bought 2 products, you got a free micro fluff brow gel. And I had remembered that Samantha Ravndal had put the micro fluff brow gel on her top products from 2019. So I was like, all right, I have still not found my favorite brow product, so let's go ahead and get it. So then I had to think of another product to get, and it just so happened that Mariah Leonard, who I don't watch as frequently as I watch the Canadian gals or that I watch Michelle Wong, but I still do watch her channel. She's very creative. She does really creative content. I really like her. I don't know, she thinks outside of the box all the time. So I really do like her. And Mariah Leonard had put the M Cosmetics Magic Hour lip cushion on her favorites list from 2019. So I thought, all right, let's just go ahead and get these products. So let's do the brows first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush my brows, and I just use any old spoolie, you know, just to brush them first. Get them a little bit under control. And I really don't do much with my brows. Sometimes I will pluck them a little bit, like when I get strays around here, but that's pretty much all I'm doing with them lately. And the color that I got in the M Cosmetics Micro Fluff Brow Gel is the Universal Taupe color. I will list it down below, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And I really love, I don't know, I just like the packaging. It's really thin and very cute. And this wand, let me show you the wand. It's very, very thin, which I really like. And what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna kind of scrape off any excess product, because I really don't like to have a lot of product. And I'm just gonna start brushing it through. And it is really subtle, but it just gives a little extra oomph to the brows. And I'm finding that I really do like a little bit of something extra now that I'm letting my grays grow in. And I think this is just that perfect product, and I really, really like it. I like what it does to my brows. So I don't know if you can notice a difference, but I definitely notice a little bit of a difference. And I have a little bit of something on my forehead here. I just want a little extra something, but I don't want it to be too much. So even if I use the Glossier Boy Brow, it's just a little bit too much. They just get really thick, really dark, really fast. So I do need something really subtle, but like I said, I do want a little something something to just enhance my brows. And I really, really like what this does. So I don't know. I don't know if this is my absolute favorite or my holy grail. I don't know if I'm ready to say that yet, but this is pretty darn close. So I gotta hand it to Samantha Ravndal. I mean, she really has had some excellent recommendations for me this year, so, or for all of us, for her viewers. So I highly recommend this M Cosmetics. I gotta keep looking at my notes here because I just cannot, this is not rolling off the tongue for me, but it is the Micro Fluff Brow Gel. Really love it. And then the one from Mariah Leonard, actually, I can't remember what came first. If I was just reading about this on the website and it looked good, and then I saw that she recommended it, or if maybe I saw her recommendation and ended up getting it, I really can't remember. But this is the Magic Hour Lip Cushion. I can't remember if I already said that. And this is basically modeled after the like the K-Beauty lip cushions, kind of that Laneige sleeping mask. And this is beautiful. I love it. It feels fantastic on the lips, and it's kind of like a peachy nude color. Feels fantastic. Let me get this in. Feels great on the lips. Let me see if I can do another swatch here now that I've removed that other one. That's what it looks like, but it is really subtle on the lips. So when I'll use this is if I am just running out the door really fast, like if I'm gonna go play some tennis, or if I've got errands to run and I just want something on my lips, but I don't want it to be crazy overdone. This is what I will reach for. I've been reaching for this almost every day now. The M Cosmetics is not in the green beauty world, so, you know, read your ingredients. As you know, when it comes to makeup, that's in general where I tend to be more lenient, and I like to play a little bit more in the conventional beauty world, just so you guys know that. But yeah, super happy with these M Cosmetics. Very pleasantly surprised with how well these makeup products have been performing. So I hope you like this final look from the products that I have been testing from some of the YouTubers out there that I really enjoy watching. Of course, that is not an exhaustive list of everybody that I enjoy watching out there in YouTube land. But yeah, I just really enjoy these products so much. I'm so glad that I have discovered some new products to have fun with, and also shop my stash a little bit here. Case in point is this Han bronzer. Thank you, Andy, again for encouraging me to use that from my stash. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so if you are so inclined, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.